Hello friends, the technical topic that I'm going to talk about today is about WiMAX. The acronym for WiMAX is Wireless Interoperability for Microwave Access. It is nothing but an IP-based protocol for transfer of information. As we all know about Wi-Fi, WiMAX also has a specific IEEE standard, that is 802.16 according to IEEE. Now, WiMAX has a particular characteristic called as the bandwidth for wireless access. According to this, it can provide bandwidth for 13 miles, that is for fixed stations, and 3 to 10 miles for mobile stations. And about certain characteristics of WiMAX, WiMAX is nothing but an high-speed pervasive communication system which could provide access for several devices such as notebook PCs and even some personal computer systems. It paves way for the fourth generation computers. And as we all know about the OSI layer, that is the Open System Interconnection, there are about 7 layers in that Open System Interconnection. And in these layers, the WiMAX affects the last 2, that is the physical layer and the data link layer. And even in the data link layer, it generally affects the MAC portion of the data link layer. Now, what is this MAC portion? MAC is nothing but a channel which provides communication between 2 different devices, and it uses several protocols in order for effective communication of the packets. Now, the visual representation of this MAC portion is as follows. So here are the 2 layers. This is the physical layer, which is indicated by the green one, and this is the data link layer. And in the data link layer, the WiMAX generally affects, or it generally works in the MAC portion as already told. And these are the other 7 layers, but WiMAX does not indulge in these 7 layers. And there are 2 different ways in which the WiMAX can work. One is called as the frequency division duplexing, and the other one is called as the time division duplexing. In the frequency division duplexing, there are 2 stations. One is a base station and the other one is a receiver station. That is, a base station transmits the original signal at a particular frequency, and there are different receiver stations. The receiver station in turn transmits the same signal to the base station at the same frequency. So simultaneously, the other towers cannot communicate with the base tower. At one particular interval of time, only one receiver tower can communicate with the base station. And in time division duplexing, the frequency sent by the base station is divided into different time slots. These different time slots are now in turn communicate with the receiver station. Therefore, the receiver station sends the information back to the base station in different time slots. Therefore, there is no collision in the information that has been transferred from the base station to the receiver station at a particular interval of time. Now, the visual representation can be shown. Now, this is the frequency division duplexing system, in which this is the base tower and these are the receiver towers. Now, the base tower sends the information at one particular frequency, and this information is received by one above the receiver towers, and this in turn sends back the information at the same frequency. This is the time division multiplexing, in which the base tower sends information at one particular frequency, and this frequency is divided into different time slots as shown, and each and every time the receiver station sends the information at the different time slots depending upon the frequency. Now we can speak about the comparison between the WiMAX and the Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi is generally designed and it can operate only to a particular distance. That is, it is constructed only for LAN, that is local area network purpose, and it can have a span up to 100 meters, whereas WiMAX has a span of about 50 kilometers, and it is generally designed for metropolitan area network, that is for the whole city. And Wi-Fi is a customer product. It is generally designed for a customer, whereas WiMAX is a commercial product, that is anyone can use it and anyone can buy it from the market. About the bandwidth range, Wi-Fi has a restricted bandwidth, that is about 2.5 gigahertz to 5.8 gigahertz, whereas WiMAX can operate at bandwidth which is infinite, and even that bandwidth can be either licensed bandwidth or non-licensed bandwidth. So that's my presentation. I hope that information about WiMAX was very useful to all of you all here, and this is going to be the backbone of future technology. So Wi-Fi will be replaced by WiMAX within few years.